this will work. I haven't done this in so long. Open in web browser. Heck yeah. Open in web browser. There we go. What did this just do? I just did something with this. Is it live?
No idea.
Can we do the lives?
If this will work. I haven't done this in
we
so
have
long.
done it. We are doing the thing. We're doing the thing. It's been
Open in
so
web
long.
browser.
It's
Heck
been so
yeah.
long. What up, everyone? What's going on, guys?
Open
How's
in
your
web
guys'
browser.
Tuesday
There we
going?
go.
Hypnotoad, what up?
What
Rob,
did this just
Section
do? I
8,
just did
Anthony,
something with
what is
this.
going
Is it
on?
live?
Lives
Did
are
we do the
back.
lives?
Yes, they are. So we're going to be doing lives.
We have. We have done it.
Look at that. We actually have a real chair this time.
We're doing the thing. It's been so
I've
long.
updated so much.
It's been so long.
much has been
What up,
updated
everyone?
since the
What's
live
going on,
stopped
guys?
going
How's
on.
your guys'
what's going on,
Tuesday
everyone?
going?
I need to
Hypnotoad,
fix
what up?
this chat window
Rob,
real
Section
quick
8,
because this
Anthony,
is-
what is going
since
on?
the lives
are
have come back. I built a PC.
Yes, they are. So we're going to be doing lives,
then, so
I
we're
think,
no longer
once a
using the
week
Mac, so I
right
kinda
now.
have,
Look at
like,
that.
figure
We
things out
actually have
over
a
here
real
now. But
chair
hey,
this
been a
time.
while. Juan, what
I've
up, dude?
updated
DJ
so much.
Tile.
So much
bro,
has
gotta
been
go to work.
updated
It's
since
gonna
the
get
live stopped
good to
going
see
on.
lives
But
back.
what's going on, everyone? I
what's
need
up? They're finally
to
back. They
fix
are
this
finally back.
chat
I wish I
window
could,
real
like,
quick
flip this
because
screen
this
over
is
here, or
since the
maybe
lives have come back. I built a
You're
PC
echoing, bro.
since
Okay, hold
then, so
up.
we're no longer using the Mac. So I kind of had to like figure things out over here right now. But hey, been a while. Juan, what up, dude? DJ Tile.
I don't know. I gotta figure
bro,
this out.
gotta go to work, but
Yay,
see you get.
microphone.
Good to see the lives are back. Yeah.
There we go. That might.
What's
may
up? They're
help
finally
a
back. They are
little
finally back. I
bit.
wish I could like
Volume
flip
all the way
this
down,
screen
too.
over here,
What's
or
going
maybe
on?
I'll just.
I'm working on it.
You're
I'm
echoing,
trying,
bro. Okay,
all
hold
new
up.
Stuff here. I'm trying to figure this guy out. Let's try turning. Is that?
I don't know. I gotta figure this out. Get a microphone. Boop. There we go. That may have helped a little bit. Let me turn that volume all the way down too. What's going on with this? I'm working on it. I'm trying. Okay, all new stuff here. I'm trying to figure this guy out. Whoop. Let's try turning. Is that down? That's all the way down. Let's try turning that up a little bit and moving that like back there. Wait. Echo bad. I'm trying to fix the echo. I promise. Give me like 1 sec to try to figure out this echo thing. Settings. Audio. Disabled. Okay, that may have fixed the echo. It may not have. I don't know. You have 2 mics running. Where would the other mic even be coming from? Okay, hang on. I'm trying to fix it. Is this any better? Is this audio any better? Where would this other... Oh! Is that it? Where would this other mic be? Where would it be? Okay, let me try busting that down. Did that do anything? I feel like that may have done something. Now it's delayed audio. I don't know what I'm doing. Ah! I know, I'm a little rusty. Okay, I'm working on it. No echo now. Now just desynchronized. Did that fix it at all? What am I doing? Oh, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. I can work a camera, but I can't work this. Okay, give me like 2 minutes. I'm going to end this stream. Let me figure out this audio thing. Give me like 5 minutes, alright? Give me like 5 minutes, and then I'll be back on live. Let me figure out this. Okay, you fixed the echo, but now I'm quieter. Okay, I think I... Did that work? Alex, appreciate the dono. Whatever mic you undid was the one working in real time. Your video is now like 15 seconds behind your audio. All I did was unplug the headset from this Xbox controller, and the Xbox isn't even turned on. Okay, hold up. Hold up. I'm working on it. Alex, greatly appreciate the dono with the laughing fox. I know.
Did that fix it?
It's a hot mess.
I'm playing on like the Streamlabs settings right now.
Okay, I think I figured it out.
I kind of hope that fixed it.
I may have just
break.
fixed
I like
it.
sandwiches.
You said 2 LO reactions, too funny. No, you must stay. Alright, we'll stay. We'll work out this audio thing.
What if I
No, you must stay. Did that fix it? I'm playing on like the Streamlabs settings right now.
Did I just fix
I
it?
I hope that fixed it.
Is it work?
Break. I
Back
like
to double audio. Okay, well that's good
sandwiches. Trying to figure out what is going on. What if I disable that? Oh, did I just fix it? Did I just fix it? Is it work? back to double audio. Okay, well that's good to know. Let's do that. Let's do that. Desktop audio is disabled. Mic auxiliary device 1. Let's do... Why does that say speakers? Why does it say speaker?
Yeti.
That's pretty...
Mic auxiliary 2. Microphone
this is a
Yeti.
hot mess right now. This is such
Do
a
I
hot
need a
mess.
mic 3?
This is hilarious. I don't know what I'm doing. Now there's no audio, is there? Like, it just looks like I'm talking, but there's no audio.
Dude, I can build a car, but ask me to try to
Yeti.
work...
Mic auxiliary 2.
Ask me to try to work
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs.
Do I need a mic 3?
No idea.
Do I need a... Do you have...
Microphone Yeti
open
stereo.
Stream open. I
This
do a
is the
stream open.
Yeti.
Tanner is truly confused.
This is the
Dude, I
microphone.
can build a car, but ask me to try to work...
Hold up. I see what the problem is here.
Ask me to try to work Streamlabs. No idea what I'm doing. No idea. Microphone Yeti stereo. This is
Did
the
that
Yeti.
fix it?
This is the microphone.
I have a feeling I just figured out what the problem
Hold up.
was.
I see what the problem is here.
Oh! Oh, now you can't see me. Ah! Okay, hold up. Hold up. Now you can't even see. What am I doing? What am I even doing right now? Okay, I think I got it out. Did that fix it? Did that do it? I think I just got it. I'm pretty sure I just figured it out. Because it was recording... It's like 3+ audios. I don't even know what's... Problem solved. Problem solved. I see one that says, holy crap, this is confusing. I think I heard the same. I don't know what I'm doing. Back to 2. How is it back to 2? It should only be recording 1. Fixed. Fixed. All right, I'm not touching anything now. Everyone says fixed. Not touching it. I don't know, for some weird... Actually, I can show you guys this because I'm using the camera. So, like, right here, for some reason, it was recording, like, both audio settings. Don't ask me why. I don't mean to make everyone dizzy. I'm just trying to show you guys, like, what I was trying to do right there. But it's fixed. Not going to touch it now. Not playing with it. Let me fix where I had this camera, though, because that was a hot mess. All right. Still kind of off, but much better. I'll play with this tonight a little bit more. I can try playing with the gain real quick. Is it all the way up or all the way down? We'll put it like right there for right now. Anyways. Oh. All right. Now that we've gotten that figured out for the most part, what is going on, everyone? What's poppin'? How's everyone's Tuesday? Video is choppy. I'm trying. All right, I'm trying. I'm working on it. Video lag. Okay, hold up. I think I can fix that real quick. Snipes Rock, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stage 2. Welcome to the stage 2 goodness. Video. Can I adjust my bit rate? Not while I'm in video, I can't. Who cares about video lag? I can't adjust the bit rate in stream, so I'll try playing with that in a little bit. But Snipes Rock, welcome to stage 2, man. What's going on, man? Audio is still delayed. I'm working on it. I think that's the best I'm going to be able to get it right now until I end the stream and then start playing with it again. Ever since setting up this PC, I am not computer savvy, so I've been trying to figure this thing out. David, appreciate the dono, dude. Let's go at Subiefest. You're going to do a mini-meet before, so when we come down to Subiefest, we're obviously going to be driving the 05 STI down to Subiefest from Washington. So Melanie and I, it's just going to be Melanie and I. Matt's not going, so we'll probably be down in California for probably 2 or 3 days. One day, Melanie and I are just going to kind of go do a thing. I've never actually gone to California and, like, went around and, like, check things out. So one day we're going to go out and just kind of hang out and do whatever we want to do. The next day will be the show, and then the following... No. I think we're going to do whatever we want to do on the Monday after Subiefest, and the Saturday we'll go around and, like, kick it with people, do some meets and whatnot. We're going to be all over the place. We'll be down there for, like, 2 or 3 days. But, yeah, we probably won't hold a mini-meet, but we'll probably, like, go to some meets if there's any out there. I am very curious at what CHP, if I get pulled over, because they can't give me any tickets, and they can't state ref me or anything like that like they do to people in California just because I have a modified car. Like, they can't do that. My car's registered in Washington State, so what are they going to do? Pull me over and be like, pop your hood? I'll be like, go for it. Go take a look. Can't do anything to me, so I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. Sorry about the double feast. It's all good. Good to go, good to go, good to go, good to go. What kind of power are you looking for to make with the new setup? So, good question. So, with the 6062... I haven't found any videos on YouTube of any other STIs running a 6062. It doesn't seem like a huge popular turbo that people go with for rotated setup. So I'm very curious to see how it's going to respond. I went with a smaller AR on that thing. I think it has a 0.68 AR on that 6062, so it should be able to respond fairly well when it comes to daily driving. On the other aspect of things, as for like power-wise, my goal is like 650. 650 is what I'm shooting for out of that car. I don't know. We'll get it. We'll make 650. I'm trying to figure out the tune situation right now. Once we get the tune situation figured out, we'll be good to go. I don't even have a base map for the car yet. I just haven't gotten one. Like, no one sent me one. So hopefully we get that resolved. The last of the parts that I'm waiting for to get that car running will be here on Thursday. So then I can do all the mechanical things. And then at that point, it's just a tune. Tonight, I think I'm going to be playing with like Access Tuner online to try to work out, see if I can build my own base map. I don't know. I'm going to give it a whirl and see what I can do. Also, Finland6, appreciate the dono, dude. Getting my O2WX up and alive with the RA block may be done this weekend. Gonna street tune it. Super excited. Jealous. Stay up. CHP are usually pretty lax if you don't speed too much. I mean, normally I don't speed too much. Normally I'll go like, I'm admitting speeding, but normally if I am speeding, it won't be any more than like 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, unless it's like out in the desert. Like when I drove through Texas years ago, like we'd mob through the desert. But yeah, normally it's not more than like 10 miles an hour over. It depends on both the Reggie and the driver's license state of origin. Interesting. Well, that's good for us then, because Washington State has no emissions. I am required to have a front plate, so maybe I'll throw a front plate on the car just for the drive down there, just so they leave me alone for the most part. But yeah, we have no emissions up here in Washington State, so we should be pretty good to go on everything. If you need a V848 or VF48, Richard, I got you. He's got you, Richard. He's got the VF48 ready to go. I'll deadass sell it for $250. Sell it. Sell that thing. Do it. I think I'm going to VF39 in the future. Not a bad turbo. Not a bad turbo. Hell yeah, I'll be RA block with a tired old TD04. Need to get a newer turbo. Mild slide or side-to-side shaft play. Side-to-side shaft play isn't terrible. It's axial shaft play that you have to watch out for with a turbo. So axial shaft play, if this is your turbo, I have a turbo in the garage. I can go grab it, but I really don't want to. So if this is your turbo, the front of the turbo's here, the back of the turbo's here. If you have axial shaft play that goes like in and out like that, that's when it's a little more concerning. But side-to-side shaft play, that's going to be a little bit normal for most turbos out there. The FP Black had side-to-side shaft play, nothing to worry about. Even the 6870 has like very minor that we have on the other STI. I haven't really checked the 6062, and it has no axial play, which is really the main one that I care about. Slap the like. These are rookie numbers for likes and views. That's what I'm saying. Let's get it up there. JR or Junior M. I missed you, you handsome bastard. What's going on, dude? How's everyone been? How's everyone doing? It's been like stupid busy over here. Been doing a lot of things, a lot of fun stuff coming up. Tanner, what's up? I've missed the streams. How have you been? Busy, super busy. We have a new merch drop that's going to be happening, I think, Saturday. So, like, this is one of the shirts. Like, this is one of my favorite. We revised the logo, too. There's been so much going on. So, I've been doing, like, a lot of desk stuff, a lot of computer stuff. If you guys haven't seen it already, let me swap over here. Why did I put the camera right in front of the thing? So if you guys haven't been on the website recently, we have a lot. Like I went through and I updated a lot of stuff on the website. But one of the big things on there is a lot of you guys were asking for the rotated kits, so we did get those up on the website for anyone who has a 02 to 07 WRX STI and Forester. Right now we do have rotated kits up there for you guys. Whole bunch of options right now. I think base price for these is about $11.50. I mean, obviously it gets more expensive as you add more options on. V-bands are, I think V-bands are like $50 more just because the V-band itself is, but you can get a dump tube, yes or no with it. Cats, we offer cats on them too. Cats are greatly expensive. So like this configuration comes up to like $1,300. If you add a catalytic converter in there, like unfortunately catalytic converters are just expensive, but turbo kit prices range anywhere from like $1,100 to like $1,800 depending on what you're doing. A lot of you guys were asking what about other chassis in the future. We are going to be doing other chassis as well. We just need cars to be able to make the turbo kits off of. But the 02 to 07 WRX STI and Forester ones are on there. There will be more coming soon for anyone else who is looking for them. EG33 update. I want to see it hurt some feelings. Yeah, so EG33 stuff. EG33. Kyle has the oil pan flange. He has started on the intake manifold. The dump tubes are done. He told me that the EG33 fabrication side of things should be done in about 3 weeks, and then it will be back up here, which perfect timing for us because we'll get the 05 done, running tuned, get it driving back on the road. Everything will be good with that car. And then by the time we're done with the 05 STI content for right now, we'll be transferring over back to the EG33 stuff. So I was going through some of the parts that I have sitting in the back of the garage right now. I've got seats, I've got coilovers, the hull tech, a whole bunch of stuff going on that car. As soon as we get it back up here, the biggest thing for us is going to be wiring in that hull tech with our EG. I don't quite know how to do it, but like always, we'll figure it out. Also, OST and STI, appreciate the dono, man. 535 wheel horsepower, 485 on 9320 STI. RA block, I'm guessing that is a good block. OMG, never thought I'd see the day. Plumber, my man, welcome back, dude. Well, I guess it's welcome back for me because I've been stupid busy with stuff. But a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on, but it's all good stuff. It's all like good, positive things. So are you going to offer this on an EG33 flat 6 engine since you're building one for a reverse turbo setup? Like a turbo kit for it? Like you want a turbo kit for reverse all that stuff with the EG33? That would be that'd be a very difficult kit to make, to be honest. You plan to keep your EG33 once it's done? Why would I sell it? So here's the thing with the 17 STI. I have a lot of sentimental value with the 17 STI. That car, I will probably never sell that car. The EG33 in that car, it's not going anywhere either. That is one car that's going to be staying around for many moons to come. The 05 STI, I have no intentions of selling that car either because for some reason some people were saying that they thought I was going to be selling the 05 STI. That is also not the case. I do not have any intentions of selling either one of those cars. People offer me, like people DM me offers for the 05 all the time and the 17. People have tried to buy the 17 off me too. I'm like, no, not happening. Any updates on the whole shop thing? Matt and I are on a wait list for a shop. The location, we found one location that we like a lot, and the price per month for rent on it is very affordable for what we're working with in our budget range. So we're just on a wait list for it, trying to get in. Right now, they're estimating end of October, early November is when we'll actually get a shop space. Once we get the shop space, it'll just make life so much easier. What's the difference between a bell mouth and a divorced downpipe? New question, LOL. I'd like to... So a divorced downpipe... Actually, let me pull up a picture just so that way I can give you guys a visual representation. Divorced downpipe. Bell mouth. Downpipe. Do I need to specify STI? No, I don't, because that is the photo right there that I'm looking for. Images on the old Googs. There we go. I put the camera in the worst spot because I cannot see. There we go. All right, so right here we're looking at a divorced downpipe. Now, divorced downpipe, what that does is it separates off the exhaust flow from the turbo and the wastegate. So when your internal wastegate opens up, exhaust flows through it. Now with this, it separates the flow versus a bell mouth, which just lets everything flow in. Now, personally, if I was staying internal wastegate permanently, I'd probably go with something that's more along the lines of a divorce setup rather than a bell mouth. If I'm going straight up external wastegate, which I always do on everything, bell mouth is my preferred style. There's just not a need for the wall in there, the divorce between both sides of the flange guy, the downpipe. So for me, it's bell mouth, external wastegate, divorced, internal wastegate. That's just kind of how I always look at things with it. Just a little bit easier to remember it that way. What made you go with the STI route over the Evo, my guy? We're going to have to backtrack back to 2013, 2012. I don't know. Early, mid 2000 teens, whatever it's going to be, whatever you call that time frame. When I first came down to it, I was looking at both an Evo and an STI when I first got my 08 STI back in 2013. The thing for me that drew me to the STI over the Evo was the interior of the car. I love the 4G63. I love Evo 8 and 9s. You guys know I've said that multiple times. If I could afford one, I would definitely get one. But the big thing for me was the interior of the car because I spend so much time, because we drive the cars all the time and because we're always inside of the car, I wanted an interior that was a little bit nicer than what the Evo had to offer. Inside of the Evo 8s and 9s, the stock interiors just feel very... Subaru interiors feel cheap. Cheap for what they are, but Evo interiors are, cheap. And that's kind of what drew me to, Subarus over Mitsubishi at the time. And then I just kind of stuck with it. Stuck with Subarus, and here we are, doing Subaru stuff. At Subiefest, can you normally buy a front mount intercooler or downpipe and whatnot? I have no idea at Subiefest. I know with Big Northwest and other ones like that you can. I don't know with California's restrictions on things. I think they're only allowed to sell, what are they? The parts with the stickers. You get like stickered, like certified parts or something like that. I have a feeling that they'll sell parts like that, but I don't think they'll sell any non-EPA or California compliant parts, which kind of sucks. I haven't seen you in like 2 years. KJ, what are you talking about, dude? I saw you Sunday. I literally saw you like 2 days ago. Any SRT videos in the pipeline? Not necessarily. Right now the SRT is sitting next to all of our garbage because we needed room in the garage. So, no, not really. The SRT, like Matt and I have been trying to figure this out, why people like SRT so much. The carb, thank you, carb certified. The SRT, they're hard to find for certain parts. They're money pits. They're kind of outdated. I don't know. The one that we do have, it's like 80% built. It needs a fuel system. It needs electronics. It needs some other stuff here and there. It's almost there. It's just not one of the priority cars right now. Right now we're trying to get the 05 up and running, the EG33 up and running, Mittens up and running, which all of the Mittens videos are happening on Matt's channel. If you guys do want to follow the legacy rebuild stuff, his channel's Mattless DI. He doesn't upload all too often, but when he does, it's normally legacy stuff or Outback stuff. Extreme Wheeler. There we go. I got it. Welcome to the Stage 2 membership, man. What's going on, dude? What's going on? It's a party tonight. LOL, I'm JK. Sure you are. If my engine gave me the P00A, P00B, P0011, and P0014, and P0021, is it worth fixing? I mean, yeah, it's... How much do you like your car? That's really the question. If you like your car, then fix it. If not, then I wouldn't throw the money into it. The only two that I know off the top of my head, P0011, P0021, are both death codes, but they can have easy fixes. When I had that, it was the... what was it? The cam gear, because I misaligned a cam gear on the cam, and it was technically out of time the entire time. But it could be as easy as a clogged banjo bolt filter. If you haven't already checked those, I would start with the easy stuff and kind of work your way from there. CS Gray blocked your comment. 2020 WRX Trans and engine, safe wheel horsepower, wheel torque limits. What would be pushing it? I got my trying to do typically the safe range for the FA20 transmissions, I would say around like 375, 400. The CVTs probably around like 330. They're just not the strongest transmissions. Like, yes, they are a 6-speed, but they're still a split case design, kind of like the older ones, so it's just not... They're just not very strong. What's your opinion on the S550 Mustangs? Honestly, I love them. If I could get a GT S550, I totally would. I think they're awesome cars. I think it'd be a fun car to build. I miss having coupes. I just think it'd be fun. And I like, everyone likes V8s. I like V8s, but would I own one? 100%. Might be kind of sick to do a build on the channel just because. So here's the thing when you guys ask like, hey, when is the next car coming to the channel? When are you doing another build? When are you moving on to a different platform? It's expensive to continue buying cars and bring them to the channel. Like with me, I will link Matt's channel. I'll link Matt's channel down in the comments, or actually I'll just type it right here. There's Matt's channel. Whenever it comes to it, buying cars and like bringing them to the channel, recycling them, and just selling them and then moving on to the next one, it's just not something that I've always liked doing. Like whenever I go in and I start building a car, I get somewhat attached to it, with the exception of the BRZ. The BRZ was a different story. But with like both of the STIs, I don't want to sell either of those cars. I also don't have enough money to go out and just buy another car, bring it to the channel, start modifying 3 of them. Right now I can afford to do 2 builds, which is the 05 and the EG33. Like the next car that I do get will be outside of the realm of Subaru. 100% will not be a Subaru. It'll more or less likely be a Nissan. But it's just one day we will. Went through a ton of cars since then. 350ZS, 2K STI, Evo 8, Police Charger, interesting, Taurus Show, etc. He's also... Ooh, a show would be fun. A show would be really fun. What does everyone say on all-wheel drive all-wheel drive army? Just a show, you just need a tune or something like that. Andy Forrester STI in the future. Ooh. Used to be meh on Mustangs, and I got a job at Ford. They're dope. I'm sad it's the only car that they make, though. Did they discontinue all other cars? Now they're only doing, like, trucks and Mustangs? I don't know. I personally like the S550. I think it's a really cool car. I think it'd be a fun car to build. They make power stupid easy, but I also wouldn't mind, like, a Like an older Corvette, that'd be a fun one too. Hey Dad, hey Sean, how you doing, dude? What's going on, man? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the chill zone. Welcome. Chris, I am FBO E85 on a 20 WRX. Should I upgrade clutch or maybe STI drivetrain swap? I mean, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. You got the money. Just do the STI drivetrain swap. That's like a no-brainer right there. If you have the funds, 100% do it. If you don't and you're kind of limited, try to build the trains as much as you can within reason. STI drivetrain swaps are not the cheapest thing to do. I mean, what can I find one for on Google right now? STI transmission. What is the first one that comes up? Wow, 63. Import Image Racing sells used transmissions. Hey, if anyone at Import Image Racing sees this, ship me my order. It's been like 2 weeks, dude. It's a coolant reservoir. It can't be like that difficult to find. They say that they ship orders super fast, but that one, not so much. What do we got? Brand new. You can get a brand new 2004 manual transmission for $7 grand. What is this? $6,300? Why would you spend $6,300 on this when you can just go get a brand new one for $7,000? No tax. Look at that. No tax right there. That is absolutely absurd. Here's one for $2,500. Not too bad. 08 to 14. Where's the shopping tab? I'm in images. Let's go shopping. 5,500 brand new. Why are people selling these transmissions for so much when you can get them relatively cheap brand new? Genuine STI transmission assembly. Is this just the assembly, no gear set? I would assume that there's a gear set in it. Maybe not. IEG, what do you have? Chromoly transfer gears 1:1:1. 1.1:1. I don't know why I read that so long. Cody, appreciate the donut, man. Hey, just oh, we're getting back on the pizza topic. Pizza topic. Hey, appreciate the dono, man. I can never say no to Domino's next. Can you do a video on the AVCS system? I can, but what do you really want to know on the AVCS system? Because I need a little bit more like specifics. Otherwise, I can just talk about cam gears all day. Hints at an R34 next car. No, it will not be an R34. I've had an R32 Skyline. Absolutely love the car. They're very expensive to try to import parts in all the time for. If I could get another R32, I would definitely build one. I really want the 400Z when it comes out, but that's going to be quite the expensive car, so we'll see what the price tag is. I watched Nissan's video drop when it came out with the 400Z, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes when the time comes. I feel like 370 is more his territory. I've had multiple Z cars. I had a 280Z, 350Z, 280ZX. I wouldn't mind another Z. Even a 300ZX would be dope. That'd be fun. They're absolutely awful to work on, but I would definitely do one. It takes forever to ship. I hate using them. Dude, for real. Normally they ship some of my stuff like super quick. Other times it's like weeks. I don't understand. I'm going 6466 ETS rotated turbo kit. Can't wait for it. Do it. Do it. Should I do twin scroll or single scroll? Well, single scroll is going to be a lot cheaper than a twin scroll setup on an STI. If you start looking at the twin scroll setup, I want to say that ETS's twin scroll setup is around like $8,000 without turbo. Once you start adding a turbo on there, you're looking at like $9,000, $9,500 for a rotated turbo kit, which is absolutely absurd. Absurd in my opinion. I would not justify spending $9,000 on a rotated turbo kit for an EJ. That's no. New STI, I will not be buying the new STI. As much as I love my Subarus, as much as I love my current STIs, the renders that I've seen from the current STI, it's just not my style. I don't like what I have seen so far. B, I want to get outside of the realm of only doing Subarus. Like, there's always going to be Subarus on the channel, but I want to move outside of just doing Subarus and just doing STIs or BRZs, that kind of thing. I came from Nissans and then went to Subarus, and I want to go back to Nissan while still having my Subarus. I wouldn't mind. I really want an S13 now. I've wanted an S13 for years. S13 with an RB20 swap would be straight up my alley. I absolutely love the RB20. It's one of my favorite engines. It's so smooth sounding. I don't care what you say. It may not make a lot of power easily. Don't care. That engine just sounds so good. Evil X, appreciate the dono, man. Awesome to see you live again. The live streams are coming back, baby. We might do 2 of them this week because this one was kind of a surprise live stream. But I'm thinking everyone voted for Fridays, so it looks like we'll be doing our continued live streams every Friday at 6:30. So think of this one as like a bonus one for this week. Damn, are you a Nissan guy too? I am. Sweet. Had S13, S14A, SR20 DET. Missed them. See, that's what I'm saying. I miss my old crusty little Nissans. They're fun cars. Like, if you guys have never had Nissans before, highly advise getting like a Beat 240 if you can get one and just building them. They're such fun cars. 280s, 240s, any of them. 350Zs. Although they do sound trumpety if you just like straight pipe them. If you do them right, they sound so good. Yo, we back! Tell me that EG33 on your story didn't sound like an RB. It kind of did. That was a naturally aspirated one, too. 2JZ S13. I'm not a big 2J person. 2Js are great. They're, like, very over-engineered for their time. I prefer RBs. I'm an RB dude. Like, my old 280ZX, I had an RB25 swap ready to go in that thing up until the chassis was completely rusted out. And this is when I was living in my apartment complex. Just, whew. Have I started my car yet? Kyle, I have not, dude. I'm waiting on the last of the stuff to come in, which will be here Thursday. See, here's the thing I don't understand. Like, why am I paying for overnight shipping on parts when they take 4 days? Like, I know it's not the company's fault that I bought the parts from. I don't get it. I mean, it could be. Maybe they selected the wrong shipping method, but I paid for overnight shipping. They should have been here tomorrow. Now they'll be here like Thursday or Friday, so hopefully by the end of the week I can actually get that thing started at this point. Everything's been stupid back ordered or just takes forever to ship. Dyno Day finally approaching for the 2011 STI September 22nd. Ooh, yes! VE38 S13 to the moon. I wish I bought that S13 coupe for $800 that needed a transmission, had problems with money. I would have bought that thing. If I could scoop an S13, specifically an S13 hatch, if I could scoop one of those for a good price, I would just trailer it back to the house or drive it back to the house. Wouldn't mind a Miata either. Miata would be fun. I had a 2013 Sentra. Hey, nothing wrong with Sentras. Great gas mileage, I think. I don't know gas mileage for Sentras. You're going to be like Amelia Hartford, start with Subi, then eventually turn into a YouTube beast with all kinds of car projects. See, that's what I'm saying, car perks. That's what I'm saying. I'm not too big. Like, here's the thing with a lot of, like, big YouTube channels. Like, I think supercars are cool, but, like, all YouTube channels go to supercars. I like my dirty, old 90s and early 2000s Japanese cars. And mid-2000s Japanese cars, I should say. I don't know. They're just, like, straight up my alley. Those are my favorite cars to have. I will build one of those to just go faster than a supercar, even if it's more dangerous. I don't care. It's fun. They're fun. I enjoy, like, the process of building them. And here's the thing with, like, supercars, or, like, I had a Maserati for a little while. The thing I hated about that car, it was a fun car. It was a blast. I only had it for, like, 2 weeks before I sold it back to the dealership and got the Blue back. But the thing is, like, there's only so much you could do with those cars without, like, software that only the manufacturers have. And that's just, no. If I can't, like, get access to do whatever I want to the car, it's just not up my alley. An electric car might be fun, but I don't like electricity. I'm just also not up my alley. I wish you were NA so you could put ITBs on the EG. ITBs are dope. I mean, we could do ITBs. No, that's going to be way too expensive. I'm done spending money on, like, fabrication stuff for that car after that car gets, like, put together. Once it's put together, we're not going to the extent of doing more crazy stuff to it. We're going to get it running. We're going to go dyno it. We're going to break in the engine. It's going to be great. It's going to be killer. The car's going to... It'll be fast enough. We don't need to do anything like that. 400Z, I almost guarantee it. 370 Evolution, that isn't bad. I was looking at one, but wait was too long, so 2018 STI now. Tanner is a great ambassador for the community. Hey, appreciate it, dude. Also, Cody, appreciate the dono, dude. Overnight is guaranteed. Get your money back on shipping if it doesn't show up on time. Doing that. Who do I contact? Do I contact USPS for that? I think I have to contact, like, UPS for that one, because I think that one did ship UPS. It's all, like, little things, like AN fittings, AN line. It's like -4 AN fittings, -6 AN line, an oil feed line, an oil... What is it? It's a 1/8 MPT to -4 AN for the turbo oil feed. It's ridiculous. It's always the tiny stuff that always holds up every build. Snakes, me too, mid-October. Nice. Was about to have my third kid and found an S13 Vert, super clean to 4K with a bunch of extra parts, though I ended up with an 06 WX for 3600. It's okay. That I've never been a huge fan of the Verts. I've never been a huge Vert fan. I like the hardtops, personal preference on that one, but the Verts are cool. My buddy had a mid-80s Maserati bi-turbo that he completely restored. That thing was a headache. Yeah, that sounds like a headache. That sounds like a super headache. Is it worth tuning an EJ20 with 125,000 miles on it? Nothing too crazy. I'm thinking a 16G with 650cc injectors. I mean, honestly, when it comes to wanting to tune or modify a high mileage engine, I suggest doing a compression test and a leak down test before you even start spending money on modifications. If you see that you are leaking X amount of percentage in a cylinder. I wouldn't spend the money on modifying it. I would more or less go down the route of repairing it, rebuilding the engine if you have to, doing whatever you need to do to get that thing like back up and running 100%, and then start modifying it. If everything checks out, you're golden. The next car should be a Suzuki. If it's a Suzuki, we're getting a cappuccino. And yes, I said cappuccino, not cappuccino, because I like cappuccinos a little bit more. But Subarus are my favorite thing at the moment. IDK, let's see how it goes with the turbo diesel Volvo. That sounds like a fun car. That one does. No Toyota love. Watching you restore an older Mark IV Supra would be spicy. I love some Toyotas. If I were to get a Toyota, though, I don't think it would be necessarily be a sports car. I've never been a huge Toyota sports car person. If I got a Toyota, to be honest, it would probably be like a 4Runner or something, and I'd probably just make it like an off-roading vehicle, daily driver type thing. I say daily driver, but whenever I say daily driver, I just go down a rabbit hole and just do everything like extremely like off the charts. Cody, appreciate the donut, dude. I would call the company you purchased it from first. I will do that tomorrow when they open back up. I think I ordered it from like some Honda online website because they had like really good pricing. That's how they get you, really good pricing and then like really slow shipping. So I'm thinking of upgrading my VF39 to an 11-blade compressor and a 9-blade turbine. Think I'll need an upgraded rails and injectors for that 06 STI. If I need to change to speed density, no, you shouldn't. You'll get a small bump in power, but going to the extent of needing to do an entire fuel system like injectors, fuel rails, fuel lines, all that stuff, speed density, it's just not needed. Would I Yaris GR? If they sold those here, I would love a Yaris GR. I had back in 2018, I want to say it was. I bought a brand new Yaris as a daily driver. Dear Lord, that thing was the most boring car I ever had. I sold it after 2 months. 10 out of 10 would not recommend a standard Yaris, but a Yaris GR, I'm all over it. All over it. Do you think it's a good idea to sell my 17WX now to wait for the 2022 STI? Here's my thing. Everyone asks me if they should go buy the new STI as soon as it comes out. My answer is no. Do not buy it right when it comes out. If you want the new generation STI, give it like 6 months. Wait 6 months for the first production batch to go out, all of the problems to arise, so that way Subaru can get all the TSBs sorted out, they can make the revisions at the factory, and then get all those small issues sorted out. If you look at Subaru's history, every single time they release a new generation of car with a new engine, there's always recalls up to like 2 years out. Remember when the 17, I think it was up to like early model 2017s were having that stupid issue with the firewall weld cracking? They had all of the cam carrier seals leaking. I think that's still an issue, is cam carrier seals leaking. Throwout bearing issues. Like, give it like 6 months to a year. If you want the new STI, let them work out the issues. The FA24 is brand new going into this car, so it's not going to be 100% sorted. Most of the testing they're going to be doing on the cars is consumer testing after it's gone out into the field. I guarantee you there's going to be problems with it the first 6 months to a year. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad car. I'm just saying let them work out the small problems if you are going to get one. I got the 21-inch instead of... I don't even know what that's... I don't even... 4th gen V8 4Runner. They are great. Love mine. See, that's what I'm saying. 4Runners would be awesome. I love 4Runners, especially older 4Runner. 4Runners hold their value just as well as Subarus do, if not better. 4Runners are amazing. Damn, trying to donate won't let me. Maybe because using advanced to avoid... I have no idea. I have no idea. But I appreciate the thought. It's a thought that counts. I appreciate that. Sweet, but without speed density, it's not going to recognize the lower IETs. Oh, yeah, you were... I would do a full-on standalone speed density conversion. Check out Visconti Tuning or iWire. Get the hybrid setup. They make a hybrid. That's what we were running on the 05. It utilizes the IAT sensor and the MAF sensor. With what you're doing, there's just no need to go to a full-on standalone like speed density conversion. Just run a hybrid setup. That way it still utilizes both the MAF and a remote IAT sensor. Most people, if they're staying top mount, just put the IAT sensor directly into the top mount. Otherwise, if you're front mount, just put it right before the throttle body. How's the EG 3.3 liter doing? Still kicking it down with Kyle right now. Oil pan and intake manifold. I'm pretty sure just those two things are all that's left, is the oil pan and intake manifold. The dump tubes are done for the most part. They just need to be cut. All the big stuff's pretty much knocked out at this point, like the exhaust manifold, the up pipe, turbo placement, downpipe. Kyle, if you're still watching the live, feel free to toss it in. I don't know what else needs to be done, but I think it's pretty much just the oil pan and the intake manifold. I think that's it. And like one more intercooler pipe for the throttle body to connect up to the intake manifold. A serious question, what do you think will be likely to look... Do you think you will likely look add a new WRX STI for a project. No, I will not. I think it'll be an awesome car, but it's just not up my alley. Tempted to sell my 2018 STI for a basic 22 if it's any good. No, like I mentioned earlier, I want to move outside of the realm of Subarus. I've been playing with Subarus exclusively for almost 9 years now, and I didn't really start getting deep into Subarus until we started like making videos on everything, and I started like pushing myself to learn more and like dig deeper into them. But at this point, like I was saying earlier, I want to go back to Nissans. Subarus will never not be on the channel. They will still always be a big place on the channel for Subarus. It's always the game plan. I've never had any intentions of ever getting rid of them. The 05 and the 17, no intentions on ever getting rid of those cars either. But I want to add some more variety into it. Melanie and I were talking a little while ago. We were playing with the idea of selling her Impreza and getting like a GTI for her, which I think would be a fun car also to play with. Like, I don't know much about European cars, but I think it'd be fun to like jump into a European car and start playing with one. Plus, she likes the fact that you can get it in a DSG. It's still a hatchback, comes with turbo, very modifiable. It would be a fun car. It'd be a fun car to like play with. FA20 DIT reliability mods and good things to do for around 375-ish wheel horsepower video. I can make that a video like you did with the STI would be very helpful. I can definitely do that. I can make that happen. Hey, what Nissan you thinking? Realistically, if I could find another R32, I'm not a huge fan of the R33s. R32, S13, S14. I'm not a huge fan of S14s, but if I get an S14 for a good price, I'd definitely snag an S14. 350Z, I kind of miss my old one, but I don't want another 350. If I were to get another like Z car, it'd be a 370, or the 400 if I could make it work somehow. If I could make that one work. Best catback on the quieter side for an STI, probably going to be the first mod on my 21. For on the quieter side, Q300 or the Cobb. That would be like Q300 or Cobb. Wait, it's Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? What day is today? Now you got me questioning it. It is Tuesday. It's definitely Tuesday. Def would be excited to see other engines. See, that's coming soon. I want to play with RB20s. I miss my old RBs. I had RB20, RB25 in the past. They're fun cars. I have a stock 07 STI Turbo. Can I run an external wastegate? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Let me pull up what you need right here. Subaru, internal wastegate, block off, bracket. Or if you have a welder, you can just weld it shut too. Let's just do that one. Can I just open that up? This is what you need right here. If you have a stock turbo and you want to go external wastegate, you're going to have to close off that internal wastegate. So as you guys can see, will it show my mouse on here yet? Of course not. So as you guys see this bracket, you see on the end of the rod, on the end of that little baby heim joint right there, it's not even a heim joint, but on the end of that rod, that's going to go up to the wastegate actuator, and then these other two holes are just going to bolt on where the stock actuator used to bolt on, and that'll just keep it closed. So that's what you need if you are internal wastegate on a stock turbo and you want to go to external wastegate. You're going to need one of these brackets. What is it, $39? Not too pricey, not too expensive for it. You should build a Cummins. I would love to build a Cummins. I actually like trucks a lot more than people think I do. People think I hate trucks for some reason. I like trucks. A Duramax, a Cummins, F250, all trucks that I'd be willing to build. I don't know a lot about diesels, but it would be a fun one to play with. I like trucks. There's not a lot of cars out there that I just like hate. There's not a lot of things that I just hate to hate. I'm not a very hateful person. Are you going bang box on the 15 STI? So a lot of people ask me what the game plan for the transmission is on the EG33, the 6-swapped STI. I'm going to run that stock trans till it blows up. Once that stock transmission blows up, at that point we'll either do a PPG gear set, or if I can afford a built transmission or something along those lines, we'll go along those lines of building them. Skyline GTR content. Contact Tommy Fresh. He recently made a restoration business, bought the first Volkswagen dealership in the U.S. Ooh. I would definitely be down. I wouldn't want to do an R34. It would be an R32. If I was 100% going to do it, it would be an R32. I miss my old R32. Let me see if I can, I think I've shown you guys my old R32 before. If I could get another R32 for a decent price, I would 100% do it. GTST or GTR, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me. I like them both. RB20 was one of my favorite things, like I was saying. Can I scroll back far enough? Why do I have all these, there's some weird pictures on here. Oh, dude, I miss when the Blueberry was blue. The Blueberry is going back to being blue when we get it back, by the way. That gray wrap is coming off of there, and it's going back to being blue. That's such a fun... It looks so good. Nissan, please get a 300ZX twin turbo or GTR. R35 is out of the question. I wouldn't want an R35. They make power splendidly. Not up my alley, though. But they are great cars. They're great cars. Fun cars. There it is. There you are, you little turd, you. Let's go back to screen share. So yeah, I mean, if I could get another R32, I would definitely get another R32. I miss them. They're definitely fun cars. RB20 is such a smooth sounding engine. Now I want another one. Melanie's gonna kill me if she's watching this. I'm gonna start looking for R32s if they're not like stupid expensive. R33 GTST got that RB25 though. Yeah, but Xander, if I wanted a boat, I would just buy a boat. If I wanted a boat, I'd just get a boat. Like, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. R33s, I don't like the styling of the R33s. The R32 is my favorite generation of the Skyline. R34s, I think, are like way overhyped, and because they're way overhyped, the price reflects that, and I'm not willing to pay. If I get R34 for cheap, I'd probably get an R34, but my preferred preference would be like R32, R33, R34 in that order for Skylines. Like, I miss that car. That car was so much fun. Can I, like, what else? Oh, I do miss that thing. I remember buying parts for this. I bought the GTR bumper for it. I think I bought that from Nissan. I think I bought the GTR bumper for it from Nissan. It was just GTST. It was a little money pit, but it was my little Japanese trash can is what I call it. Yeah, the day I bought it, little young Tanner just playing with his Skyline. We'll go back. We'll get another one day. R33, RB25, it does. Don't say if I can afford, say win. Win. I like the way you think, young. I like the way you think, dude. Win. It's all about win. Mindset. You right. Yee, go for that 240. I would definitely get a 240 if I could snag one. Brake job at 1K per rotor pads on R35, way too much. Totally agree with that. That's why I like these older cars. I can definitely work on them in the garage. I can modify them in the garage. We can play with them in the garage. We can tune them. There's all sorts of stuff that we can do that's a lot more affordable. I like the affordable ones. Also, G35s are relatively cheap to find and have great weight ratios. True. I wouldn't mind a G35 or a G37 if I could get one, but it would have to be like cheap. RB26 DETT engine with R32 Skyline is twin turbo. It is. That would be awesome content. It would. It's also very expensive to buy a GTR, which is why if we did this, we'd get a GTST again. I like GTSTs. I love my G35 with a Nismo 350Z suspension NA. Gonna throw some spray on it and get to 500. Do it! Just the bumper. It was just the bumper. I was the equivalent of a... Well, I guess people would say that the GTST was the WRX, the GTR was the STI, and I was putting GTR parts on my GTST. Whatever. It had a GTR intercooler, though, and some random turbo. Some from China. It was an eBay turbo. I don't know. I bought the car and it came from Australia. Had a whole bunch of like paperwork with it. It was super cool. It had like the I don't know if it's an import thing from Australia or if they just do this with cars in Australia, but it had like the, let me Google it. It had like a pink placard. Pink Australian plaque car? Like, is that a thing? Is it like the registration thing? I don't know. It pulls up a flower. I don't know if it was like an import thing or if it was like an actual thing, but it had like info. I don't know. It was weird. I never had any photos of it because I never took any because I never really thought of it. No love for the Soar. I love the Soar. A JZX90 or JZX100 would also be another one that I want, but also very, very, very pricey. Okay, I know you don't want a Toyota sports car, but hear me out, 90s MR2. I've never been a fan of the MR2. Never been a huge fan of the MR2. I love me some Chasers, though. Some Chasers. Woo! JZX90s, spot on. These cars look so good. So good. Ah! Where did my thing just go? There it is. JZX90s. If you guys don't know what a JZX is, oh, they look so good! Came with 2Js. Like, I've never been a huge fan of 2Js, but I mean, it would be fun for 2J or JZX100. Ooh. I love them. They look so dope. So dope. Alright, where'd I go? I've lied, like, completely. Saw you in Bader's video. You did. That was my first time actually meeting Bader. Never met him before up until that point. And it was just, what was it? I just got invited to, like, what was it, the Mod Garage? I think I was supposed to be a booth car for the Mod Garage, but the car obviously doesn't work right now, so I just went and, like, kicked it at the show. It was, like, so long. It was such a long show. But it was cool. Bader's super chill dude. What did it look like, Tanner? You've got the Resident Aussie here. I'm trying to find a picture of it. If you open the hood, like near the shock tower, there was this pink placard that was like this big, and it had all this information on it about like the VIN of the car and everything like that. But it was like Australia's like Department of Motor Vehicles or whatever it was. This was like 3 years ago, so I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if it was like an import placard from Japan to Australia, or if it was like an Australian like registration thing. I have no idea. No idea at all. It was weird. 82 to 85 Celica, motor swap in that sucker and tear it up. Also, ooh, yes. How's the FP green? Not the 84mm version. Should I cop? I mean, what are your power goals? That's the real question here, because I could tell you to buy any turbo in the world, but it doesn't mean it's going to meet your power goals, or it might exceed your power goals. The yellow Mona Lisa banana. The banana. Banana, yes. Go full random and go Pontiac GTO. GTO would be kind of fun. If I were to get in a domestic car, though, I'd either want... I don't know. I like Fox bodies. But I don't want to build a Fox body. I just like Fox bodies. I got my VA working on getting an Evo. Since prices aren't too crazy right now, R34s and Supers are overhyped and overpriced. 100% agree with that. Overhyped and overpriced. May have been an import engineering certificate. Our registration back in the day would be a sticker on the window. Interesting. I don't know when the car was brought to Australia. I know the car was imported from Japan to Australia, and then from Australia to the United States. It could. I have no idea. It's weird. If I could dig up a picture, I'll DM it to you later. I might have a picture like somewhere in my Snapchat archives of it or something like that. I don't remember, but let's get these likes up, people. That's what I'm saying. Jamie coming in here policing people up. I'm all about it. All about it. Most likely the pink tag you were talking about is a body tag. Very common on 60s and 70s Mopar stuff, but IDK about the JDM Subi. This was the JDM Nissan. This was the old dirty Nissan that it had it. Oh! I gotta do this. Hold up. I gotta grab this stuff because we gotta go over this in a little bit. Whoop! That shit can go there. Oh, I shouldn't have cursed on a live stream. You didn't hear that. Put that stuff there. You can't hear me curse on live streams. Hello, Melanie.
Hi.
Do you want to say hi to everyone? It's been a while. Come on, come say hi. Why don't you want to say hi?
No.
Why? Why?
Hello, everybody.
Melanie says hello. She's hiding around the corner. Why don't you want to just peek your head in? You know exactly what I'm doing.
No, they were getting something. I was curious.
Oh. Why don't you want to say hi to everyone?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Bye. Bye. Jeez. Rear wheel drive Subi drifting. You won't. Is that a challenge? I'll go buy like an old Forester and we'll just rear wheel drive swap it and send it. We'll just send it. What was that? What was what? What was what? Oh man, what was what? What was what? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you think of the BRZ as a starter car? As a starter car, I think it's a great car. Huge modification. Huge modification potential. Easy to drive. Easy to learn manual on if you want to learn manual. Fun cars. A lot of potential to be able to do a lot of things with it. I think it's a really good starter car. My JDM Import GC also has the ID tag near the strut tower. But it was for Canada stuffs. Interesting. Interesting. Drink Norset. Good. Nos gives me stomach aches. Not a Nos, dude. I spent too much time with Bader. I literally only spent like 3 minutes with him. 3 minutes. And then they went out racing all day, and I don't. Do you have a custom PC? I do. I just built this with the help of Damo and Fox. Look at that. Look at that. I built that. I did that. I don't know how I did that, but I did that. I watched a YouTube video on how to build a PC, and then we put PC together. First time put a PC together. It's not terribly hard to do. I actually wouldn't mind doing another one. Hey Tanner, what is your take on the Knight Motorsport EJ25 billet valve cover kit? Yay or nay? Waste of money. Waste of money. Why? Those are like $1,000 for valve covers. Please, nobody spend $1,000 on billet valve covers. No. Guy curses like a sailor in his videos. I do. It's so hard not to, okay? Once it's like ingrained. It's just ingrained in there now. Melanie, what is happening here? What is happening here? Melanie, what did you say? That's a group chat. It's not even Melanie who texted me. Dang, I see what 32 gigabyte of Trident Z. That's 64! 64 gigabytes, not 32. Come on, we're better than that. I had 32 to begin with, but I wanted more for editing, so that way I could have multiple things going. Runs super smooth now. Super smooth. The Wizard 64. How about WRX FA20? Is that a good starter car? I feel like I'm pretty mechanically inclined. I do think it's a good starter car. It's a little bit more complex if you're not very mechanically savvy, but still very good starter car in my opinion. My son has a BRZ. My son has BRZ. Has been great for learning driving skills and mod large community. Very true. Very true. I stand behind that 100%. If you can work on an engine, you can build a PC. I agree with that. It's really not hard to build a PC. I think I watched like one YouTube video on how to build a PC, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Like it all just kind of, it can only go in one spot. Cody, ooh, burn! Oh wow, you rich right? You know that? You know how long it took me to get all that stuff for that PC? It took me like 4 months. I think 4 or 5 months. I don't know, Damo, you can contest. You know when you sent me the big list of parts that I needed to buy. I love you, Media. I hope you make it to this versus that. LMAO. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Do you do crypto? Not well. Not well at all. I think I've lost more money than I made in crypto. I don't do it well. Darren, appreciate the dono, dude. Appreciate you, bud, and love the new build. Hey, thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Is an STI a good first car? Yes. Yes. I'm still going to say yes. I'm going to say any car is a good first car. Any car is a good first car. PCs have been easy for years. It's hard to get things plugged in wrong. Very true. Very true. What's the difference between closed deck and open deck? The coolant jackets around the cylinder liners on an open deck. So you've got open deck, semi-open, and closed. On a semi-open deck, you've got some supports around the cylinder liners that meet up to the rest of the block. On a closed deck, they've all been filled or pressed in with a material. So when we did the closed deck on our EJ25 for Karma, what Outfront did is they pressed in a material into all the coolant jackets to stiffen up the supports around the cylinder liners, the cylinder walls, and it just makes them stronger that way. So closed deck, you have a lot more material pressed in around the cylinder walls or cylinder liners on the outside of them where the coolant jackets are. Semi-open, you've got small supports like the stock EJ25 comes, and then open deck, you don't have like much support around any of them at all. Cody, sorry, late message. Are you totally good, dude? Plumber with the peach! Plumber coming in with the peach! I'm all about it. Appreciate it, Plumber. Except the claps. I don't even know what that one is. PC market is crazy. Traded my PS5 for a pre-built. It's like don't want to use it much as I thought I would. Feel it. See, that's my thing. Like I had the iMac. The iMac worked well, but it like kept like crashing on me and doing all this other like stupid stuff all the time. Which is why I was like, I'm just gonna build a PC. We'll do it that way. A clap Geo Metro would be kind of fun. What Subi events do you think? What Subi events do you guys hold over there? We have West Coast Subaru Show. We have Big Northwest. I think that's it for the most part. Got P0303 on my 2008 STI. Changed plugs and coil packs and runs worse than it did. Compression on cylinder 3 was 90. Any advice? What was compression on the other 3 cylinders? That's my next question for that one. Also appreciate the note, my friend. Typically compression, if you just toss out a compression ratio number for me and say, hey, cylinder 3 or cylinder 2 compression ratio is this value, I need to know what the other ones are because it's not what the compression ratio is, like the actual compression number. It's a percentage based on all the other cylinders. So you don't want more than a 10% variance from cylinder to cylinder to cylinder to cylinder when it comes to a compression test. So if you got 90 psi on cylinder 3 and like 95 psi on cylinders 1, 2, and 4, I wouldn't stress it. But if you got 90 on cylinder 3 and then you got like 120 on cylinders 1, 2, and 4, at that point I would do a leak down test and see what the issue is. A leak down test is going to tell you exactly where the problem lies. So if you do the leak down test on cylinder 3, what you can do is you can take off the throttle body on the intake manifold and you can listen. If you hear air coming out of that intake manifold, that means you have some leakage on your intake valves. If you what's the next one? You could take off your exhaust manifold, and if you hear it coming out of the exhaust manifold side, it means when your exhaust manifolds is bad. Exhaust valves. Geez, your exhaust valve is bad. Or you can take off the oil cap, and if you hear air coming up through there, it means you have a ring issue. So that's kind of where I would go from there. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully it's just a small issue and you can easily patch it up. Worst case scenario, I hope you get the best built motor if you do end up going down that route. Do you have any idea if the factory closed deck block is any strong, or do you think I should just get some nice juicy sleeves? I mean, yes, the factory closed deck blocks are strong, like the EJ22Ts, all of those styles, yes, they are very strong, but it really comes down to how much power you want to make. They don't really have any closed deck EJ25s. They have the 2 liters that are closed deck and the 2.2 liter that's closed deck. If you're really wanting to do it, send some case halves down to Alfra and just have them closed deck instead of 2.5 liter case halves. That would be my suggestion. Tanner, what do you think about MA Performance Stage 2 package and tune? I say this with all OTS tunes. That is an OTS tune. So MA Performance tunes are all OTS tunes. Cobb tunes are OTS tunes, unless you're actually getting strapped down to a dyno. The thing with OTS tunes is they work well as long as you use the parts that are for that tune. So if you're using Cobb tunes, that's Cobb parts. If you're using MA Performance tunes, that's MA Performance parts. They design their OTS tunes to work with their parts. And it doesn't mean you can just slap on whatever parts from that company you want. They have to be specified in the map notes for that tune. For the most part, your car should be able to compensate enough to make them all right. But I'm always going to suggest a Pro Tune to you guys. It's just the better way to go in my opinion. Or an E-Tune at minimum. But an E-Tune is a Pro Tune. Same. Smoke Machine. Smoke Machine. Smoke Machine! In reference to Rip Me, my T40E is too big for my Civic. Time to delete the AC. Delete the AC! I'm all about deleting AC. That's what I do in all of them. Recently got a boost leak. What's the best way to find... Oh, that's the smoke machine. The smoke machine, yes. 100% smoke machine on that one. Ugh. Smoke machine. Always smoke machine. I need to buy a smoke machine. How much are smoke machines? Smoke machine. How much do they cost? $40. $40 for a smoke machine. That's not a bad price. Or if you don't want to buy a smoke machine, you can do the soapy water method. Just blow vape juice in there. You can do that too. If you have a vape, you can definitely blow vape smoke in there. Another method, start the car, let it idle. Soapy water, spray on vacuum connections, anything like that. If it's like bubbling soapy waterness, that's where your boost leak is. Another cheap and easy way to do it if you don't want to go out and get a smoke test. OTS will get you going, but a real dyno tune will always set you up. 100%. 100% on that one. Been pondering what I want. Well, what do you want? What do we want? Live in AZ, you'll change your tune. Very true. I could 100% see that. Only thing I don't like about the Subi community is when some people get cheap mods, run a downpipe blow-off valve. Yes. And that's, I don't know, I try to help people steer people in the right direction when it comes to modifying their car. I don't like saying that there's a wrong way to modify your car, but there's a wrong way to modify your car. There's definitely a wrong way to do it. Just buy a vape, Tanner. So, dude, you don't think I got a vape? I have a Subaru. You don't think I got a vape? I got 2 Subarus. Come on. It helps me not smoke. That's the biggest thing with the vape. Definitely helps. Helps out quite a bit. My block currently is in my car. The block currently in my car is closed deck. I want to push for around 400 wheel horsepower, but it is really high mileage at about 180,000 kilometers. I figured the cylinder walls would need a refresh. I mean, if you are going to refresh cylinder walls, I would highly suggest doing sleeves. Sleeves are replaceable, and they're not crazy expensive. They're not cheap, but my Subi is probably one of the few that's never been vaped in. I vaped in all of mine. Judge me. Judge me, I don't even care. I have a TPMS sensor issue that keeps turning on even though I put my OEM sensor in. What can it be? Hey, I got Cloud Nerds too. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a good flavor. It's a good, affordable flavor. For the TPMS thing, I would suggest going to the dealer and having them try to do a factory reset on the TPMS system. For the most part, that will help solve most problems. If not, you might have a dying battery in one of your TPMS sensors, which kind of sucks. I got 2 Subarus. I need a second vape. You need one for each of them. These EPA laws got me prowling the Facebook marketplace for a catless downpipe and some killer bee headers. Shake my head. Hey, all I'm saying is the Fuse Smedia one you can get for a catless option. But just remember, it's for off-road use only, of course, and track cars only. Got an 06 STI project, getting the front grocery getter and shooting for around 400 to 450 wheel horsepower and 85. Ooh, that'll be for a fun daily driver. It'll be a fun daily right there. Directile slapping parts on and not tuning it at all unless it's something small like AOS or CapEx. I own a Subaru and don't smoke or vape. I'm weird. No, Damo. I aspire to be like you, my friend. I aspire. Been sig free since 8/16. Started vaping in 13. So that's what I'm saying. It's good. That's good. Congrats. What it do, baby? Race only. Off-road use only. Technically, the 05 is off the road right now because it's still on jack stands. LOL, it's true. 4 of the techs at Subaru I work with all... Why are we on this topic of vaping still? Throw out some random pros and cons of the FA20 DIT. Really want a 2021 next year. Pros and cons of the FA20 DIT. Pro, really good gas mileage. Pro, very tunable, very modifiable. Con, really annoying to try to make more than like 450 wheel horsepower on because you run into fueling issues. Like, you can get around it. IBR comes out with their port injection kit and their standalone ECU to be able to control the port injection and everything like that. Pro, very spacious. Pro, cheaper than the STI. Con, weaker transmission and differential than the STI. Con, what's another con? High pressure fuel pumps are expensive. It's a con. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of cons I can think of with the FA20. Con, it doesn't sound as good as an EJ, but that's personal preference on that one. They're good cars. I have nothing like negative to say about them other than nothing. I have nothing negative to say about them, actually. Elo, it's true for we talked about that one. Hey, guys, remember Tanner's pencil holder? What? Yes, they're just pencil holders. Pencil holders. I totally forgot I made that video. I really enjoyed your engine building videos, mate. Really honest and genuine in showing all the worries and wicked thing. Anytime. Planning on doing a 2.1 manly stroker, and ooh, that'll be fun. Yeah, for real. Like doing the con rev hang, but that's tunable out. You can easily tune that out. When doing the engine build on the EJ25, I don't even know if it works yet. Like, I know it has compression, so it's got to be working. But going into, that was my first engine build from short block up that I've done. It's a little bit stressful, but it's very doable if somebody were wanting to do it in a garage like I did. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do. If you get a little bit extra money and you want to build like a stronger engine for your car, by all means, do it yourself. That short block cost me, in total, I want to say like $2,900 to build, and it's rated for 750 horsepower. If you were to buy a similar engine from IAG, I think you're looking at about $5,000 to $5,500 for that setup. So doing it yourself definitely saves some money, and it's fun to do, and you get the learning experience. The biggest thing with like doing your own engine build is trusting your own measurements. Like, if you don't trust your own measurements, you're gonna go back and second guess yourself so much, which is why I was like writing everything down when I was going through that engine build thing. But definitely much more affordable to build it yourself than just buy a pre-build. Are you really going to repaint the taxi? You should do a I think that might get me demonetized if I put that on YouTube. I could probably put that on Instagram or TikTok or something. I never post on TikTok, though. I don't understand TikTok. But yeah, I am going to be rewrapping the 05 in, I don't know, I think the end of October, early November. For like, I'm doing a winter theme on it that I want to wrap it next. So I have that coming for the winter time. That'll be late November, early October. I think with the wrap on that one, I might actually make how-to videos showing you guys how to wrap, like in your garage on the cheap. So that, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that series yet. That's just an option I've been playing with. I think they fixed it in the 2020 anyway. They say they fixed it, but they didn't actually fix it. They claim they fixed it. It's a lie. Just use the EJ253 intake manifold. That's true. That's true. Or just buy an AMS manifold. Buy an FA20 DIT WRX, though you won't be disappointed. I love mine so much, and I drove the STI2. For the most part, it's the same. The thing that made me sell both of my FA20 WRXs when I did have them was the transmission. I hated it. I just did not like the transmission in the WRXs. I couldn't get behind them. Even with all the drivetrain modifications I did, I didn't like it. I loved the FA20 when it was tuned. I just didn't like the drivetrain. When is VA going to be done? I don't know. That's the question. I don't know. All that's left is the intake manifold and the oil pan for the most part, and then the car's going to be coming back up here, and then we're going to be taking control of all of the wiring to get that thing idling. All Kyle has left is the intake manifold and the oil pan for the most part. Aside from that, I believe he told me about 3 weeks, and it should be done, and then we can get it back up here and start wiring and everything in. How to rap. Tanner, spit some hot bars. You got to find my SoundCloud for that one. If you find my SoundCloud, 10 kudos point, 10 brownie points to you. I can't even find my SoundCloud though. Are WRX and STI parts interchangeable like the GD chassis? No. I mean, yes. No. It depends on what you're trying to interchange. Engine parts? No. Drivetrain parts? No. Exterior stuff? Yes. Interior stuff, for the most part, yes. Well, still on the fence about the hood delete on the 05, or has it grown on you? I don't know. It hasn't. I haven't looked at it. The hood's been open for the past like 3 weeks in that car, so I haven't seen it. So I don't know. I don't know. The hood scoop's going to go back on anyways here in the next couple weeks. For wintertime, I just don't want a ton of water going into the engine bay. I think that hood scoop delete is more or less going to be like a track thing or like summertime thing, or when I just drive the car hard. I don't believe it'll be ever done. Just giving us the tip. Don't you like the tip, Black 16 STI? I'm just giving you the tip. That's all. That's all you get is the tip. That VA sounds like it needs some chassis braces. Soul Function makes some good. I've never even heard of Soul Function. I'll have to check them out. Tanner, does getting frequent knock and fine knock learn make sense after new intercooler before tune? Not necessarily. I mean, if the intercooler's not bolted down, or if it's loose, or if it's rattling, or if you dropped a bolt near the knock sensor, that could be setting it off. The knock sensor on Subarus is very, 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 very sensitive. Just keep that in mind. I was interested to see that you didn't use bearing plastic gauge. What was the other way? Yeah, so I mean, a couple people pointing it out that I didn't use the plastic gauge. After a couple people commented that, like, A, I didn't know what a plastic gauge was before I did that engine build. B, a plastic gauge is just another check. I have full confidence in all of the measurements that I took, recorded, and clearanced on everything. I don't feel that a plastic gauge was necessary. A plastic gauge just measures clearances between like bearings and whatnot. If some people that I spent the money on all of these precision measuring tools to be able to make sure that all clearances were good on the mains, on the rods, everything like that. Plastic gauge is a very good verification thing, but it's not a direct replacement for precision measuring things. From what I read, precision measuring tools are always going to take the cake for bearing clearances and things like that. But I have full confidence in all the measurements that I took, all the clearances that I have everything set to, that engine's going to run just beautifully. Tanner, going to be on Midnight Club mode when the VA is done. I'm going to be on Poop My Pants mode when the VA is done because that car's going to scare the ever-living hell out of me. SF is a great company made in the U.S. High-quality aerospace materials and powder coating. Ooh. I'm going to have to check them out. I still have to cut the roof off the 17 STI. That'll be a fun time. We have to delete the sunroof on the 17, and I'm probably just going to buy a Type RA roof. So we're going to have to drill it spot welds. We're gonna turn the STI into a convertible. I feel so bad for that car. That's a 2017 STI with 30,000 miles on it, and I've completely turned it into what it is today, which is a paperweight. But it's all right. It's my paperweight. King or ACL bearings? I used King. Outfront, or Jeremy down at Outfront recommended King. Everyone recommended King, so that's what I went with, was King bearings. We have the PMAX coated bearings on the mains and the rods. Awesome, man. Thanks for all that. You've got a fan for life, mate. Well done. Hey, appreciate it, Craig. Yeah, the after the I had a mini panic attack when I saw the plastic gauge thing starting to be commented. I was like, oh boy, what did I mess up? What did I forget? And then once I started looking more into it, I was like, okay, it's just like a verification thing. If you're second guessing your measurements, or if you just want to verify your measurements, fully confident with everything that I did. Yo, you're cutting the roof? Well, we're not cutting the roof, we're drilling the roof out. So we're going to drill out all the spot welds in the roof, take the roof out, and then replace the roof with a carbon fiber one, either Marsh Composite or the Type RA one. The whole roof or just the skin? The whole roof. The whole roof has to come off because we have a sunroof in that car. And for safety purposes, I'd rather not have a sunroof in that car. And I'd rather just have a carbon fiber panel with the whole roll cage in there and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna take the roof off that car. Once again, that's something that I've never done before. But we'll do it. We'll figure it out. Like I said, here's the thing. A lot of people go into projects or installs on cars, and there's always the fear in the back of your mind. You're like, what if I mess something up? What if I like break this on the car? What if I destroy this? In my mind, everything is fixable. We can, no matter, if I cut a panel off a car, we can fix it. Do I know how? Nope. Will we figure it out? 100% yes. That's my RSTI caught Ringland. It was rotated. No. No. I'm sorry to hear, Mark. Hopefully it's a quick and easy rebuild. STI training in a VA WX, 100% is doable. People do it. iWire makes a DCCD kit to make it work. But yeah. I can't wait to watch the roof, or the video on the roof. That one won't be for a little while. I still have to find the roof and order one. I tried to order a RA or S209 roof through Subaru. Crazy expensive, which is why I'll probably go through March Composites when the time comes. Keep in mind that the VA, the EG33 STI, is going to have to go back down to fuse at some point for Kyle to be able to do the roll cage in that car. So when it goes back down there is probably when we'll do the roof thing. That's why I asked. I thought you could replace just the roof skin. I don't think so. I don't know. Once I drill it out or cut it off, we'll know for certain. I just have to get rid of the sunroof on that car. When do you think it's going to be, or what do you think it's going to sound like when you're done with it? A weird Porsche. A Suba Porsche. A Porsche-roo. I don't know. Nobody's gone to the extent of doing what I've done with an EG33 with the exception of Andy Forrest. And his car... And wait, there's one where Kevin Brown did a similar... It's same, but different setup with an EG33. I think Kevin's either in Australia or the UK. I don't remember. It's one of those. Kevin, if you ever see this live stream, please don't hate me for saying that I don't remember where you're at. But Kevin has an 05 with an EG also that's built like mine is. It's my third time putting it back together. And I go, ooh, I'm sorry to hear, Mark. I'm sorry to hear, dude. Tanner, what's your opinion on an 04 to 09 Legacy GT Wagon or Outback XT? Personally, I like them. Matt has 2 of them. I feel like I have to like them. Just drop the headliner, you'll know. The headliner is sitting on the rack in the garage. It has, so the headliner, once the headliner's down, it has the support bracing going across the roof, which I think I can leave that in, and I can just drill out the spot welds that hold the roof skin to the support panels, and then I think we can go back in and put a carbon fiber roof on it. I think. We'll have to find out. I don't remember off the top of my head. His EG33 has a very different exhaust routing. Might honestly have a weird sound rumble. It might. Yeah, it might. My exhaust is very unequal length on the EG. So we'll see what it sounds like. Love your channel. Keep up the good work all the way from Puerto Rico. Hey, appreciate it, Alexis. Appreciate it, my friend. Is it worth buying the premium WRX over the base for the sunroof? Yes. In my opinion, the premium WRX is a lot better than the base. If you're going to buy one brand new, buy the premium. Don't buy the base. You will thank yourself later. I promise. You will thank yourself later. But 100% you'll thank yourself later. I'm so excited. I finally get to drive the 67 Stang after it being sitting with no engine for a year. I'm jealous. That thing sounds like it'll be fun to drive. That thing sounds fun. I wouldn't mind one. I wouldn't mind an older... What did I have? What was the name of it? It was a very... I don't want to say very old. It was an older domestic car that got given to me when I was like 14. And I never did anything with it. And it got sold... Oh, I don't want to say it was a Duster because it wasn't a Duster. I don't remember what it was. It was cool, though. I used to have, like, an old domestic, and then for some reason it got sold. Yeah, not the whole roof with pillars, just the skin makes more sense. That sounds about right then, because it has all the support braces underneath the roof skin, so I think we just need to take the skin off, and then that'll cover up the spot where the sunroof used to be, which means I need a new headliner because my headliner's for a sunroof. Does anybody want to try to do a sunroof install in your WRX or STI 2015 Plus? Because I'll have a sunroof assembly for sale with glass. Just got on, but do you know... just got on, but do you have the 17 coming home soon? Kyle told me 3 weeks, and the EG33, the 6-swap STS, should be coming back to us, and we can get going on that build again. Maverick! Yes, that's what it was, Doug. It was a Maverick. I had an old Maverick when I was like 14 that got gifted to me, and at some point it got sold because I never did anything with it, and I left for the Army at the time, so it just sat and it got sold. But yeah, it was a Maverick. That's what it was. How much is cheap STI in US? Cheap, I think the cheapest you could get like a GD chassis that's been beat to hell for like $7,000 ish. If you want like, and I mean like beat to hell. If you want like a decent quality one, even for like 05, 06s, 04s, you're still looking at spending upwards like 14 to 16,000. It's ridiculous. The STI market in the US, they just hold their value exceptionally well, which is something that I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm curious on your guys' opinions. Do you think that Subaru should have killed off the STI at any point, or do you think they should kill it off at any point, or should it just be a car that just continues running? Because I'm pretty sure the STI is one of the longest running production cars, aside from the Mustang, that has been going. And the Mustang's not even like, it's the WRX STI Impreza platform. Like, it just keeps going. And it's been going. You talked about it before on here. See, Doug, you got a better memory than I do. Oh, Doug, I bought a 4-port boost controller just for you, dude. I got a 4-port sitting out in the garage for the 6-cylinder. Keep that in mind. We got a 4-port just for you, Doug. Made it happen. For someone who isn't near a pro tuner, who would you recommend for Need Tune? Billet Delicious Tuning, Ambot, but I know he's like always like super busy with stuff as well. 2 very good e-tuners. All STIs 2020 and up are push start. Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, but he just picked up a 79 Datsun 280ZX. What are your thoughts? Jealous! I had a 81 ZX that I was putting an RB25 in a couple years ago. 100%. Love it. 280ZXs. Is it Target Top? 2+2? Great cars. I miss my old one. Revamp the STI with a 6-cylinder and leave the 4 in the WRXs. Well, then mine wouldn't be special, now would it? No, I'm just joking. That would be cool if Subaru actually did that, but I don't ever see Subaru doing that. I love my STI with all my heart. Shall they live forever? STI forever. See, I mean, at some point, I would have thought that Subaru would have been like, we're going to stop producing the STI for a while. It's not one of their biggest selling cars, but they keep, like, I think the STI WRX market is like 4% of their total market sales or something like that. Due to IDK, the STI engine has been around for a long time, and it's timeless, but old school in 2023, STI will be very different. That is very true. They will be very different cars. Lanzo, appreciate the dono, my friend. I think once Subaru stops doing rally, they kill off the WRX STI because otherwise they will become heavy and slow. I could see that also. 2+2, no solid roof. Ooh, jealous. I'm jealous, Duncan. What are you planning to say? We want to do an RB25 swap too! Do it! Do it. I had an RB25 Neo that I bought. It was cheap. I think I got it for like, I don't even remember. I think I bought my RB25 Neo for like $1,400 a couple years ago. It came with like everything I needed. I had like the trans and everything for it. Awesome. How about them awful wheel arches of the 2022? 100% agree with that. It looks hideous. Let me pull up like a couple like pictures. 2022 WRX images. Are there any like screenshots that people pulled from the videos? I don't. Yeah, right here. That right there. Let me screen share this right now so we can all gawk at this. What is this? That does not look. I'm sorry, it just doesn't look good. That looks like it looks like a Crosstrack. So Matt and I were talking about this the other day. And the new WRX we think is going to be more aimed toward a wilderness style, like you know how they did the wilderness, what was it, Crosstrack or whatever, Outback or whatever it was. We think the WRX is going to be aimed more towards off-road rally kind of stuff, and the STI is going to be aimed more towards like street and racing kind of thing. The plastic wheel arches, I'm sorry, but that's a big no from me. Big no. And the taillights I'm not a huge fan of the taillights either. Like, that's a very bad photo. But it gives me like Acura vibes. You know, and hey, look, that's me. That's my thumbnail right there. Hey, my mouse is showing up on the screen share now. Crazy. Plumber, appreciate the dono, man. Here's the thing. Every single one of us in the chat who says that we think it looks hideous, I guarantee you in a year, we're going to say that we like how it looks after it's been modified a little bit. I can almost guarantee it. When this generation came out, I hated it. I absolutely hated this generation when it came out. And a year after it being out, I liked them. And then I ended up buying one. But I can guarantee you right now, everybody is saying that they're going to hate this. The all-new Subaru WRX is coming. I don't know. This is not my cup of tea from what I'm seeing right now. It looks like it gives me these vibes with those wheel arches right there on that. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see once they actually release it. I might do a live stream. Do you guys want a video on thoughts of it after Subaru actually releases specs on the 10th? I did that with the BRZ and a whole bunch of people got super butthurt. Just like super butthurt. And I was like, dude, it's purely opinion. Everyone gets all butthurt over opinion on the internet. That's what it is, though. Yo, Tanner, moved into my new house 2 weeks ago. Congrats on the house. Finally have a garage tall enough to install a full-size lift. Jealous. Gonna get back to work on these GC8s. Do it! Do it! I'm thinking the arches will be painted as a trim or an add-on. I don't think they will. I think this is what we're gonna be stuck with, is black wheel arches. I just see it. Same key fob and pocket is way nicer. Gotten used to it over the past 5 years. That is nice. But there's something about putting a key in ignition. I don't know. I like that with the 05. Wheel arches won't be bad if they stay color matched with the rest of the body. If they are color matched, I don't think they'll look that bad. One of the big things that I'm not a fan of is that reflector right there. Like, that's going to have to be deleted real quick. Just get rid of that thing. Wheel arches, as long as they're paint matched, I'm all about it. Yes, do a live that day. We'll do it. We'll do a live that day on... It only took one person to make me say yes. Alright, we'll do a live stream. What is it? September 10th that they're debuting this. As they debut it, or right after they debut it, we'll do a live stream on it, and we'll talk about it. We'll kick it. We'll actually have specs to go off of instead of a whole bunch of just stipulation. If they do something like this, that'd be dope. Those wheel arches unpainted don't look bad. That's also a coupe. I don't think it looks good as a coupe. It's too thick. It's too thick to be a coupe. That looks cool. I'm about that. If they did something like this where the wheel arches were like paint matched, those headlights look very weird. Very weird. It's going to be on the new global platform. I do know that much. We'll see how it actually comes out. I could see it. Wow, did that render get updated? Or is that the old render? Because that looks a lot like what Subaru's driving right now. It's also the shape of the wheel arch is ugly. Yo, Nissan killed it with the new Z car. Totally heritage and old school. That's what I'm saying. I absolutely love the 400Z, and I do have intentions on buying a 400Z, either when prices are come down or when dealer markup isn't stupid high on them. I might go talk to Nissan and see how much it costs to order one, because I might order a 400Z. I don't even know when they're accepting orders. I don't even know how much they cost. Did they talk about that yet? 400Z price tag. Did they talk about how much it's going to be quite yet? That looks so good. I don't care. 10 out of 10, I'd buy one. 10 out of 10, I would buy one. They look dope. Did they have a price tag for you? $35K. 2022 Nissan 400Z price will start at $35,000. Come on. Come on. They just killed the BRZ with that price tag right there. The rear taillights look so weird, though. I know, right? 400Z over 2022. I'm going to have to agree. I have to agree with it. I have to agree with it. 400Z over it. Retro style WRX win. I want a GC. If they did that, if they did a retro style GC, I'd be all over it. 41K for the base model, I think. Boom. 35,000 for the base model 400Z. That's hard to beat. That is hard to beat right there. Like, I don't know. Looks like a Jag. Not gonna lie. I like it. I think it looks dope. I like them. Looks Gucci. Look at that. It's so... It reminds me of the old ones. Have you guys seen the Nismo for it? 400Z Nismo mock-up? It looks so good. If they actually did... If they do something like that, 10 out of 10, I'd buy one. 100%. Well, I'm going to buy one anyways, but... where does Subaru have camo cars at? Do they have a U.S. dyno facility? I think it's all in Japan. I don't think they actually do any of them in the U.S. Pretty sure they're all in Japan. IDK, what's a question for Tanner? Can push start be swapped into a key car? Yes, it can. Subiespeed has a conversion for that. If you do have a key car and you want push start, and you could do it. I wouldn't try to DIY fab one because the BIU is very touchy in those cars. After completely tearing apart the 17 STI, digging through all the wiring in that car, the BIU is very touchy and it integrates into all parts of the car via the CAN bus system. When you start playing with those systems, you start like digging into them, it gets very finicky, and it can very easily not work. So I would buy one of the prefabbed kits. Anyone know where to find the paint match STI fog light covers for the 17 Plus? I do not, unfortunately. They should have made the newer WRX style look like the newer 22B. I'd probably buy one if they did something like that. Nissan says it's about 40K, and it's not a 400. Yeah, it's just the Z right now. I forgot. They totally got rid of the 400 in it. I totally spaced on that. Boop. Z Nismo. Let's see, but then it's not specified enough. Then it's not. Then I'm getting like 370s and whatnot. 370s and whatnot. Woo! Anyways, all right, you guys, we've been going for like an hour and a half. I'm going to jump out of here. I am hungry, but the live streams are back. Quick plug. Merch drop will be happening this weekend. Also, you guys wanted a lot of things, so we actually have hats now, which are actually pretty dope. We got hats. We got beanies. We got shirts. We got multiple shirts this time. So we actually have like a 3/4 cut tee with the EG on it for anyone who wants that. We got Karma tees, which are dope as well. I actually really like that. That stuff's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to release this one. If you guys like it, I might release it. I call it like the nighttime like moods or something like that. It's a possibility. And then everyone was like getting super hyped about these ones on Instagram. Teal hoodies. These things are sick with just the newer updated logo on it. Can't go wrong with that one. We have the pink Karma like Rising Sun ones also, which all of these will be live on the website Saturday at like, I don't know, I think noon. I think Saturday at noon Pacific Standard Time. We got the black Rising Sun one that says Karma in the bottom. And then we also have these new V2 ones. We also have a whole bunch of new stickers, air fresheners. We're actually doing banners this time because people wanted banners. Beanies, we do got beanies. I threw the beanie somewhere over here. Yeah, we actually have beanies this time, which are actually pretty like koozie. They're very warm. They're a lot warmer than this old beanie that I used to wear in like every single video. So all of them will be updated with like these ones now. They're spot on. They all smell like super new too. But all of that, there'll be like a merch drop video probably Friday or Saturday morning. Probably Saturday morning right before merch goes live. This time we have everything in every size for everyone. So we have extra small all the way up through 5XL. So if you guys are looking to cop anything, and I know in the past I've ran out of like sizes here and there, but anyways, merch video will be out. We'll get Karma running this week. Whole bunch of good stuff coming. The live streams are back. Next live stream will be Friday at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. But anyways, with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a killer rest of your work week. And with that, I mean, I don't know, have a good night. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. This mic's like very close to me. I'm not going to yell, but peace out.